Welcome back to some more Umineko When They Cry. So, wherever you last left off, you know, other than the person that was trapped inside the little closed room contraption and such, I don't know really what's been going on other than with that sort of progression, but I don't know, that's the weird thing, right? Could be either someone that is really important importance to the story later on, or it can be anything, really. And yeah, we are already about to be done with the Anon and Jessica exchanging a bit of love interest and such, which is pretty different compared to the previous episodes. It's just I want to say it's yeah, I want to say it's the same thing, but it's like and it's unimportant, but it's pretty similar. So there's that in mind. So let's continue. Canon's serious and competitive words were more than enough to make Jessica shy. However, Canon's expression unexpectedly clouded.
僕がお嬢様を好きになれる理由はこんなにもはっきりしています。
I'm pretty sure it's already clear as day.
だからわからなくて辛いです。何が
And not knowing what.
お
That's the
嬢様
question.
が僕を好きになる理由です。
Oh, that question.
お嬢様と違い、僕は何も照らしてない。今だってお嬢様に照らされながらその背中についていってるだけです。そんなみすぼらしい僕をお嬢様が好きになる理由が何一つ思いつかないんです。そんなことはないぜ。カノン君にだっていいところはいっぱいある。恥を忍んでお聞きします。お嬢様は僕の何が気に入られたのですか？
Anon hung his head. Since he had never learned anything on his own, he had never been able to take the initiative with her in any way. The fact that he was accepting her affection one-sidedly, unable to do anything but simply receive it, made him sad and frustrated at himself. Jessica was lost for words. After all, compared to the reason that Canon had started to love Jessica, Jessica's reason was a lot more vague. She had heard Shannon talking about her love with George, and at school she and her friends had always talked about relationships with boys. There would have been nothing strange about a girl fascinated by the idea of romance developing an interest in a nearby member of the opposite sex. However, if you put that into words, it might be misinterpreted to mean that any nearby boy would have done just as well. However, she would still be proud of the feeling she felt at this very instant. She really did love Canon, and she really wanted to experience romance. As a result, they might end up together, or they might not. However, if she reached that result without holding back, she would accept it no matter which it was. That's why she was able to become serious and honest about how she felt. However, she couldn't find the right words to tell Canon this. When Canon saw Jessica bite her lower lip in frustration, he finally realized.
バカだな、僕は。
Horace, you're just being a foolish kid. You're just swallowing your own past for some reason. I don't know.
僕のどこが気に入ったんですかなんて質問。本当にバカらしいと思ったんです。自分に本気じゃないから自分のことさえ理解できてない証拠なんだ。そんなことをお嬢様に言わせようとするなんて僕は最低だ。
そんなことないよ。女の子だって男子に告白されたら最初に聞いてみたい質問だもん。自分のどこを気に入ってくれたのって。
それを相手に尋ねる時点で僕は未熟なんです。そんな未熟者に気に入ってもらえるようなものがあるわけがない。
いや、そうじゃなくてその。
Jessica panicked, trying desperately to explain how she felt. However, Kanon was calm, and then spoke.
だから僕がお嬢様を好きになるように、お嬢様にも僕を好きになってほしい。そのために僕は自分を変えていくことにします。
And there's nothing wrong with changing, but depending on the scenario.
今はまだこんな自分をお嬢様に好きになってもらえるとは到底思えません。でもいつか必ず。
ああ、絶対素敵なカノン君になれるよ。私がベタベタに惚れちゃうくらいの素敵な男の子になれる。私はそれまでずっと一緒にいるから。時間なんていくらでもある。
Huh?
ただ時間がそうないのが悔やまれます。
What do you mean there isn't much time left? What, is there a time limit? What's going on?
時間って？
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
家具の話をするとお嬢様が悲しまれます。でも話さなければなりません。そしてそれは僕が本気で戦わなければならないことでもあるのです。
In other words, you're like, in other words, I, I don't, I don't have much time to hang around here. I gotta go back to my work. So,
何の話？
pretty sure that's how it goes.
家具だから恋ができないとか、そういう話ならもう聞きたくないよ。
Yeah, what are you trying to say? What is he trying to say?
カノン君は家具なんかじゃない。人間だよ。
はい。だから人間になろうと思います。ですがまだ家具なんです。
You can't say that. However, you're already on that. You're already progressing a bit there for a moment.
ならなろうよ、人間に。
かつて魔女は教えてくれました。この世の一なる元素、それは愛だと。
Love being the single element.
それはこの世に住まう人間は当たり前のように享受できるものです。
Is there really the arguments for? Is there really the moral arguments when it comes to love, though?
しかし家具として生み出されたこの世ならざる身には当たり前ではないのです。その当たり前でないものを得るには魔法か奇跡が必要なんです。
In just the same way that Nason and George-sama would never have ended up as they have without borrowing the power of that golden butterfly brooch.
さっきからこれがわからないの。
What was the last part? It is not something that those not from this world, who are born as furniture, can be taken for granted. In order to gain from themselves, they must have a magic or a miracle. So you need to rely on a miracle in order to To regain human emotion? Huh. Is that one way to break out of stoicism? Because if anything, like human emotions are also subjective in a way.
何がわからぬというか聞かせよ。
今回のゲームが始まり、短くない時間がシャノンやカノンの恋への決意に割かれてきたわ。
Yeah, it sure is. This has been stalling out for a while. We have a determination of love.
それ自体は自らを家具と蔑んできた少年少女の青春の決意と成長の物語と好意的に見てもいい。でも二人のある前提にさっきから強い違和感を覚えるの。
So Angie questions about, the determination of falling in love. I guess comparing to the previous episode, they really want to make the sort of growth and character development be written out more extensively. So it makes us feel like the tale's more better than the previous ones, or
なぜ魔法が必要なのかであるか。
シャノンもカノンも、いえ、あえて家具と呼ぶわ。家具たちは最初から一貫して人間とは恋愛ができないと主張してきた。そこに黄金蝶のブローチという魔法が介在し、その魔法という奇跡の結果、ジョージお兄ちゃんとの恋愛が成立した。そう主張してるわ。
身分の違いによる許されぬ恋が実るには魔法の奇跡でもないことにはありえぬと、そう考えたとしても無理はあるまい。
そうね。だから使用人の身分であるシャノンとカノンが共に後宮家の人間に恋をし、
servants in forbidden love with members of family suffering for.
許されざる恋に苦悩して自らを家具と卑下したとしても、それは納得できるの。
ではそなたの納得できない点とは。
That's like the weird thing that comes it for me, right? So because so Shannon and Cannon are furniture, or like servants of the such. It's like those two should not have the moral right to engage or understand the concept of love. Is that what it's trying to like message to me? So what?
再び魔法の力がなければ結婚はできない。
Without love, so without love, the sense of humanity cannot be seen.
それがシャノンとカノンの2人の共通認識になってる。これがどうしてもよく理解できないの。
After meeting in secret for quite some time, George and Shannon had finally gotten engaged. Both were fully prepared for it emotionally, and though there would be some trouble with the relatives, it would probably be impossible for anyone to prevent their marriage by this point.
結ばれようとする二人の間に立つなぞ。飛ぶ矢の前に立ちてそれを掴もうとするにも等しい愚行よ。
Trying to stand between the two who wish to be wed is just as foolish as standing in front of an arrow. Oh, yeah, it's interesting analogy. It is as stupid as jumping in front of a bullet and deflected. So In other words, cock blocking is foolish.
そういうこと。伴侶を生涯守りきると誓ったジョージお兄ちゃんにとって、両親の反対や感動さえ恐れるものではない。むしろそれらさえも彼女への愛を示すちょうどいい試練だとさえ思っているわ。つまり二人は必ず結婚する。誰も拒めない。そして二人は婚約を快諾した。
誰にも拒めない、阻めない。馬に蹴られてなんとやらであるな。
Yeah, I mean, they already made up their decision. You can't really like persuade them or anything. I mean, they have the and George is a fucking adult. I mean, he has the fucking right to like fucking, separate himself from the family if he has to.
そう。だから不思議なの。魔法なんて必要ない。
I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, why do you need? That's the weird thing when it comes to love, right? Like, so you need to rely on, okay, needing a miracle to, you know, to engage with someone who you like is like relying on luck. That's like, not everything you can hide roll on the dice and then you can just, get it just like that. Relying on gotcha. Oh god. If George and Shannon had wanted Eva's approval for their engagement, then magic might really have been necessary. Well, that's the thing, right? Should you either hide it or you openly announce it to see whether they get their approval or not. Then magic might really have been necessary. After all, Eva had forbidden his relationship with her. No matter how much George spoke on Shannon's behalf, the chances of Eva being convinced were very near zero. If that were the case, it would be understandable if they'd wanted a magical miracle to make Eva acknowledge that engagement.
しかし、ジョージお兄ちゃんはきっぱりと誓ってるわ。両親に婚約を認められなくても構わないと。そう。二人の婚約を阻む理由は何も存在しないの。そしてそれはシャノンだってよく知ってるはず。なのになぜ彼女はこの順風満帆な婚約を受けたこの夜になおも魔法の奇跡を祈るの？
Well, that is kind of weird. That is a very interesting question to say. Rely on that's the thing, right? I was like, you really need to rely so you need you're praying for a miracle of magic just to see whether or not you've granted the approval or permission. Because I don't know. That's so that seems like I don't really think it's not like you can. I'm not saying I believe in that kind of stuff, but it's like I don't think. I mean, that's more of like a human way to ask for permission for it, right? No.
魔法の奇跡を得なければ結ばれる資格もないというのが家具たちの主張であるな。
Wait, so because Shannon is furniture, she does not have the legal right to marry someone without. Are we talking about? Are we talking? Are we talking about the? Are we talking about like moral guidelines? Or are we talking about like who, like which person should be loved and which person that should not be to understand what love like again like because not I get not all humans would like want to like engage in love, but that seems like it seems like a bit questionable to look at when it comes to this segment right here.
つまりこういうこと。シャノンはジョージの婚約を受けているけど、魔法の奇跡がなければ成就されない障害が残っていると知っていることになる。そしてその障害は2人の努力では取り除けないとも。だから魔法という奇跡が必要。
They need this miracle called the magic.
どうして魔法がいるの？
Oh wow, Angie is looking angry.
愛し合う2人に結ばれるための他にどんな奇跡が必要だっていうの？
Fucking Angie's just angry about this. She's like, who the fuck needs love? Who the fuck needs magic to like to understand just to go past the right, the rule, whatever. I don't know. It's crazy to me.
ふむ、なるほど。
Featherine listened to Angie's interpretation, smiling in a satisfied way. Apparently, she had already reached that conclusion and enjoyed watching Angie finally manage to do the same.
そしてその疑問はカノンにも向けられるわ。ジェシカお姉ちゃんとの恋路は始まったばかりだけど、2人の気持ちはまっすぐ。何の障害もないわ。黄金蝶のブローチの力なんか関係なく、もう恋仲に慣れてる。何年もの交際を経て、やがては結婚に行き着いても何もおかしくない。こっちも障害は何も存在しないのよ。
クラウスと夏日に結婚を認めさせようと思わない限り、こちらもまた魔法の奇跡は必要なさそうであるな。
Oh, exactly. But you know, that's the same. That's the same. Now we're going under the same the sort of questioning. Oh, even though I already questioned my own answers, like, does Jessica need to ask approval from her parents to see whether it's okay to you know, to seek to further deepen the relationship with Canon? But that's the thing, right? Like, when I was looking when I'm looking through, like, you know, episode 2 to episode 4, maybe, or was it episode 5? Well, either way, like, both Canon is being really hesitant with really rejective within, you know, when it comes to engaging with Jessica. But it's like, and Canon's just rejecting himself. Hey, well, I'm furniture, so I am not permitted the right to love. And I'm like, okay. So, but that's the thing, right? Like, if when he says it, it's like, who asked you that kind of thing? And then it was like, is it like, you know, is it Kinzo? Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Kinzo's already missing to begin with. But is it Kinzo? Is it Natsuki that said it? Or that's just it's the same thing. Like, it's like a very same argument that I'm having. It's like, So, oh, you know, I know Shannon is very hesitant on that with episode 2 as well, but it's like, so when your treatments from others is bad to where like you need to rely on, some sort of miracle to turn it around. Um,
そういうこと。シャノンの生き方を見て、カノンもまた生き方を変えた。そして素直な気持ちを伝え、ジェシカお姉ちゃんと二人で恋路を歩み始めた。必要ないのよ、もはや魔法は。
well, that's just Shannon giving Canon love advice, that's just Shannon giving him advice. Like it's not that's not how you don't need to make a wish for it to make your life decisions or any sort of improvement. Like it's like without love, I'm pretty sure I don't know. Oh God, I am I am going to get some I am going to be critiqued for this kind of thing, huh? Oh jeez. Like and this is from me talking within like a human perspective, you know?
片思いの相手になら恋のおまじないも必要かもしれない。でももはや両者は相思相愛。
What, in magic you need a love? Is there what, you need a love potion? Is that why?
意思も疎通できてる。なのにどうしてその上魔法の奇跡が必要なの
Both furniture were in relationships of mutual love. There shouldn't have been any need for a miracle any longer. So why do they still desire some miracle? And on top of that, the single brooch was portrayed as bestowing only a single miracle. Like they're already in, like they're already built up a development of love. So why do we need like desire like a strand of luck though? Is it because of like whether they get the approval or? So, only a single miracle. It felt almost as though Shannon was hesitating because if she used up that miracle for herself, Canon's chances at love would automatically seal the way for eternity.
つまりこういうことよ。どうして家具は恋をしてはいけないの
魔法という奇跡なくしてはなぜ恋が許されぬことになっているのかか。
そして堅くなに恋ができないと嘆いていた家具たちにそれを許すことのできる黄金蝶のブローチって一体何だっていうの
What is it, I wonder?
もちろん魔法の結晶であるぞ。
What?
ただし、多くの魔法と同様に、半魔法の毒素で焼かれもする。
I want to. I'm trying to understand. Yeah, I thought we were learning about the philosophy of like the ethics of love, but we're talking about magic shit. What?
つまり魔女や魔法を信じる者にしか効果がないということなんですね。
その通りだ。よってわらわと交流することができたシャノンにはその効果を発揮した。
So we're relying on a miracle. We're relying on a prayer, like letting the power from someone.
しかしもしシャノンがそのブローチを砂浜に落とし 何も知らぬ者が拾ったとしたら、その者が半魔法の毒をまとっていたら、ブローチの魔法は力を発揮できない。そういうことだ。魔女のアイテムは直接の手渡しでなければ力を失うことが多いということだ。しかし魔女の存在を大勢の人間が認めることで半魔法の毒素がなくなり権限することができるのと同じに、大勢の人間がそのアイテムの魔力を信じれば逆に魔力を維持することもある。皮肉な話ですね。
That's ironic. So, do. Yeah. The existence acknowledged by a great many humans. Huh. So anything can, spread from one thing to another.
私たち魔女がどんな魔法を授けても、それを受け取れるかどうかは全て人間次第なんですね。
薬もそうだと聞いているぞ。同じ薬を飲んでもその効果を知らされている人間にはより大きい効果が出るという。
あ、ちょっとわかります。風邪薬とか飲んだ時、薬効の解説書とか読んでると薬の効きがいいような気がしますよね。
Yeah, well, if only we had the magic to actually, cure dangerous symptoms, you know? Or better yet, life that is very life deteriorating. Otherwise, we wouldn't, lose our loved ones. As she listened, Beato thought that magic sounded a bit like a ritual. When most humans think of magic, they think of incredible miracles being performed one after another in front of a crowd of other humans. However, this true magic that the older sister spoke of sounded almost like a ritual. Something that has no effect if the person using it doesn't believe. Shannon's heart was captured by George. Captured by George bit by bit as he grew by leaps and bounds. However, she had given up, thinking that one of a different class such as herself would never find love with him. That was when Beatrice had given her the golden butterfly brooch and encouraged her. Giving up the means that you've got zero chance of success. However, if the power of oh man, that is a beautiful background right there. Anyway, however, if the power of magic makes you think there might be some chance of a wish coming true, then the odds of it happening are at least greater than zero. Zero remains zero forever, so miracle, quote unquote, is a fitting word to describe even a faint chance coming into existence. Humans can use magic to defeat resignation. The process by which they themselves make their probability of success zero. When a human refuses to give up, though their chances of success may be small, those chances do exist. Well, if you're gonna... Okay, well now that's just we're talking about nihilism. And the more determined they become, the greater those odds rise. It was easy to imagine Shannon making earnest wishes upon that brooch, believing in its effect, and trying little things over and over again to get George to like her.
信じる力が魔法になる。
The power to believe.
そしてそれを信じさせる者が魔女だ。
And that's just... Well, that's the thing, right? Do you really need to have a belief of religion in order to make your chances grow a bit more? That's the thing. Those who make others believe are witches. That's an interesting way to put it. If you think about it, it's true. Let's say a witch steps out into a spotlight, waves her staff in front of a crowd of onlookers, and makes a rabbit appear out of thin air. The many people who see it will surely assume it to be a sleight of hand. They might wonder at how it was accomplished, but they'll surely say that it couldn't have been real magic. And when they applaud, it will be for a splendid trick that only appeared to be magic. Oh, you're bringing up an example of bringing a rabbit out of a top hat. These good old same old tricks only appear to be magic. But what if? What if someone performed a sacred ceremony inside a great ancient temple in front of a crowd of believers and ended up with this exact same result? Would any of the people there think it was a sleight of hand? In fact, in the ancient past, when magic tricks as a form of entertainment didn't even exist and divine spirits were worshipped, this would doubtlessly have been a miracle of magic.
ならこれは魔法になるでしょうか。
ほう魔法の使いの魔女のそなたが初めて振るう魔法とはどんなものか。
ここに空の紅茶のカップがあります。
Oh no, are we going over this logic again?
中身は空です。
空っぽであるぞ。
Are we going to the argument from what Erica that performed?
それから
これをこうしてテーブルの上に伏せておきます。
Oh boy, I know how this will go.
それからそれから
はい一緒に目を閉じて魔法の呪文を唱えます。
It was the same magic that had been used to give Maria candies. Beato the Elder grinned and closed her eyes. When she saw this, Beato slowly chanted the incantation.
さあさあ思い出してごらんなさい。カップの中に何が入っていたのか。
You must chant the incantation to see whether something can go and appear inside the cup.
さあさあ思い出してごらんなさい。
Okay, well, that's like trying to make, flowers pop up from the top hat, though.
カップの中に何が入っていたのか。
Man. I know I sound I feel a bit better due to, my up and down when it comes to allergies, but, I can't even breathe. It's fucking pollen. Even indoors allergies are the worst. I mean, that's the thing. I was like, or maybe it's just the anxiety built up still. As she chanted, Beato slowly opened her eyes and made sure that the older sister was repeating her with her eyes closed. Then a single gold butterfly appeared out of nowhere, fluttered down onto the overturned cup, and scattered away in a golden splash.
もうよいか目を開けても。
Okay, but how come the other Beato how come Chick Beato has her eyes open, but the other isn't?
はい。
Oh, wait, I'm stupid. I'm being really dumb. So if we're having Chick Beato starting the incantation, then the other Beato, wanting to see the demonstration, but doesn't want to doesn't want to peek. It's just because it will spoil the fun of it. Have her eyes closed. So, but she also has to go along with it. So.
目を開けて
カップの中身を改めてください。
さてさて、そなたが初めて使う魔法はいかほどのものか。
First bit of magic. That sounds like Lord. Sounds like we're taking the first steps on the staircase. Taking her time and dragging out the suspense a little, the older sister lifted up the cup.
おや、
いかがでしょうか。
When the cup was lifted up, there lay a single golden rose petal.
これは魔法になるでしょうか。
Yes, a single petal.
うん、なるとも。そなたが魔法にて伏せたカップの中に黄金の花びらを生み出した。
Oh, it's in gold this time. Golden letters. He used magic to create a golden flower petal inside an unoverturned cup.
見事な魔法であったぞ。
Well, I kind of understand how red and blue truths work, but is golden truth more powerful over the other, or is just like one of those things like it's already confirmed by the elder Beato? So, I mean, I know Balor has the power to do so as well. Yeah.
愛がなければ見えない。
Yeah, without I love that quote. I love that you know, single line message. Without love, it cannot be seen.
それは理解できてるの。
That's my favorite quote.
これを手品だと断じるもよし、魔法だと信じるもよし、そのものの毒素次第であろうな。
でもこれはかつての魔法の一部を説明はできるけど、全てを説明することはできないわ。
I mean, do you really need love in order to understand magic? That's the thing. Like,
話を戻すけれど、この程度の魔法やおまじないを信じるという程度の話では、
are you telling me that this sort of like, the message, the wording is like, are you telling? Oh, I'm being a little jittery due to the coffee, but is the not believing in magic is like the equivalence to atheism? Is this like this whole religion talk? Believing in magic rituals.
かたくなに恋ができないと嘆いていた家具たちに、それを許すことのできる黄金蝶のブローチとは一体何かという問いに答えられない。
そこにいる二人のベアとの話を鵜呑みにするなら、魔法には彼らの諦めを取り除く力があると考えるのが妥当であろう。
どうして家具は恋をしてはいけないの？どうして魔法のブローチの力が必要なの？確かにあんたやベアトたちの話は一見、それにおぼろげとはいえ答えを与えているような気がする。
A bit vague.
でも朗読者だから言わせて、それでは納得がいかないの？
納得とは
Cannot accept it.
家具たちはもっともっと悲壮な宿命に抗おうとしているわ。恋愛成就のお守りを託されたくらいで自己改革ができる程度のものだったとは思えないの？
Yeah, it seems like both Canon and Shannon we're just dealing with like their own struggles, especially with how they're treated as servants. So
現にシャノンはかつてジョージお兄ちゃんとの出会いのきっかけを作ったのはブローチのおかげだけど、それ以降は魔法の力を借りずに関係を深めたいと言ってベアトにブローチを返そうとさえしたわ。彼女はその時点で一度は魔法の奇跡と決別したはず。なのになぜ再びその力を必要としているの？
さて、恋と結婚は別物としか言いようがないであろうな。
Featherine laughed lightly. She had probably performed a theory of her own and was laughing at Angie, who haven't who hadn't reached it yet.
聞かせてよ、あんたの見解。
Well, what is your perspective?
もう少し寝かせたい。それに疑問を持ち思考を巡らすそなたを見ることもまた朗読の楽しみだ。
I mean, I kind of feel the same when I read it or listen to it. You know, I kind of have my doubts at times, and my mind gets easily confused with Umineko's writing.
私の見解を話せばそなたはそれに納得し思考を止める。
Yeah, it's just like taking at face value.
それでは朗読が面白くない。
True.
すでに答えを知ってる推理小説を読ませて右往左往するところを見て楽しんでるってわけね。
それが感激の魔女というものだ。悪趣味と笑いたくば笑うがよい。我が巫女よ。
わははは。
What the fuck kind of laugh is that? That is an interesting, sarcastic laugh from Angie. I understand that part of magic is created by a believing heart, and that magic probably permeates deep into the world of us humans as well. However, though it permeates so far, the power that dwells within magic is small. Lots of people visit shrines to pray for success on tests. However, people rarely credit such a visit as the reason for their success. By itself, praying does little more than give one peace of mind. In love, where even a small chance and a little bit of courage can result in major changes. This power can sometimes bring about incredible transformations. Well, there is a thing called meditating. You know, sometimes, like when life can be stressful, you want to meditate, right? Incredible transformations. However, would something like that really be enough to change the insurmountable fate of furniture? In the past, when Shannon and George were brought together, I imagined the brooch's magical power functioned as little more than a ritualistic charm. However, by now, the magical power that the furniture seeks from that brooch is not something as vague as a ritual. It feels much stronger, like a whole different interpretation of magic. If you believe in a sleight of hand, then it becomes magic. But that's no more than a child's trick. And that only explains one part of magic. They are hoping for something. They're hoping for something with much, much more power. For true magic, not a sleight of hand.
家具たちは黄金蝶のブローチにどんな魔法を期待しているというの？
Yeah, that's something that I don't know. I don't know what are you trying to get out of a catalyst? It's like, what?
黄金蝶のブローチ？黄金の魔女ベアトリーチが霊境を割るのと引き換えにシャノンに与えた恋を成就させる魔法のお守り。
Smashing a mirror that repels to some sort of evil or whatever. That's some kind of like the trade offer.
これがそれです。
From his pocket, Canon pulled a single wing from a gold butterfly. Though it was a single wing, it was easy to tell from its shape that it had originally been part of something with a butterfly motif.
このブローチの魔法はシャノンにジョージ様と恋仲になる機会を与えました。しかしそれを最後まで成就する前に僕に譲りました。だから僕はこのブローチの力でお嬢様の好意を得ました。
Well, that's the confusing part to me, though. So,
そんなわけないよ。私がカノン君を好きになったのは自分の素直な気持ちだぜ。
it's like that's like you're lacking the honest feel. That's kind of weird too. That's also another weird thing. Like, so you need so do you want like some sort of miracle because you lack the honest feelings that you had? So, or like, what's going on?
ありがとうございます。お嬢様は人間だから魔女も魔法も信じない。無理もないことです。しかし魔法で生み出された家具の僕がここに存在すること自体が魔法の奇跡の存在する証拠なのです。
Now you're just saying it like some sort of cultist, and that makes Jessica question you.
ごめん。
Jessica's like, what the fuck?
何の話？
Jessica tried to make sense of Canon's words. However, she couldn't understand and had to ask him to repeat it, wearing a stiff smile.
僕もシャノンも恋を成就させるには魔法が必要なのです。そのための鍵がこのブローチ。僕が踏んで割ったので僕たちは一つずつ持ち合っています。
So you destroyed the brooch. So technically you have a part of the sort of miracle. So it's not, but it's still a full potential. Oh, okay. I'm a little bit speechless. The brooch had lost its power when it was split in half. However, if it was ever joined together again, its magic would be revived. It would revive the miraculous power that could join furniture and a human together.
しかし一つのブローチは一人の願いしか叶えない。家具の僕たちはこの一つのブローチによってどちらかしか結ばれ得ないのです。
That was the final seed of love, a spark of love which the old shrilly laughing Beatrice had sown. The old Beatrice had said that humans tormented by this spark were like ripe fruit, which she crudely used for her own enjoyment. However, the magic infused within this seed was real. It was the only crystallization of magic that the Golden Witch Beatrice were ever left in this world. Its glint increased.
何？
What the hell?
大丈夫です。でも直接は見ないで。目をやられます。
Had a different look on her face this time. The glint grew even stronger, shining like the sun. Even without Canon's warning, Jessica wouldn't have been able to stop herself from covering her eyes with her hands. The hell's going on? We are, as much as I want to continue this, I do want to leave it at a cliffhanger. So my apologies, but my time is up. So with that said, like, comment, and subscribe, and next part, let's see what happens after the light goes, after this strong light, this pitch white screen, goes away afterwards. See what do they got to reveal. So I will see you later, and take care.